championship next Sunday. Robert Weathers, who played his college ball at Arizona State, has 3 yards.
Let's go in and look at that last fumble by Marcus Allen again from the opposite side of the field to get a better view of it. That's Lester Williams from the backside, number 72, and he just reached around and stripped that arm back. Marcus, I don't think, knew he was there. That ball popping loose on that play.
That has been one of the major shifts in defensive play in just even the last 5 years. You don't just tackle a man, you're always thinking strip the ball as well. Morgan in motion. Frank James drawing a crowd, and Howie Long and Bill Pickel there to make the stop.
That was one of the priorities of Raymond Berry. He didn't like the turnover numbers that his team was showing. Not only weren't they taking the ball away often enough, but they were giving it up too often. He's had his offense practicing and stripping the ball, or his defense every day, and the offense practicing containing the ball, recovering fumbles, and hanging on to that football. He has everybody run with the football in practice every day.
Yeah, he likes to use the silly putty and squeeze, improve your grip strength as well. 3rd and 6. Eason to James, and he has a first down at the 47-yard line. So again, Eason going underneath to his running back. Rod Martin made the tackle.
Working hard on the outside to control the speed receivers. Lester Hayes, 37, locked up shoulder to shoulder with Stanley Morgan. It's no wonder Easton is not going to go out there to him. Had to go underneath to the outlet receiver James, who picked up the first down.
Little misdirection. Weathers to the 49-yard line. Matt Millen trying to steal it away, but the play was whistled dead. And 76, Brian Holloway, and Millen, little extra.
You got a feeling in the pregame show listening to Matt Millen with the intensity that he brings to the game. Nicknamed Spike or Bubba, he's kind of the fire-plugged center. They got 2 stand-up tackles in there at linebacker, and they're good ones. There he is. He's stripping that football away.
He's carrying it like a linebacker, too. The old loaf of bread approach. Yeah, the crusty linebacker, Matt Millen. 2nd and 8. Weathers wrapped up at the 48-yard line. Reggie McKenzie. Young man, he's 6'1" and 240. What a rookie season. Moving in one of those critical inside linebacker positions in the Raider defense.
But look at the size of the thighs and hips on Reggie. He is just built with such power. Look at that. Look at the bulk that he carries down low. And that inside linebacking position, he's able to use that strength very effectively.
3rd and 4. Again, Eason, no completions to a wide receiver. Is this the time? Yes. Stanley Morgan fumbles, and Irving Fryer recovers for New England. Well, how do you do? They don't complete a pass to a wide receiver till 4.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter, and then both men get their hands on a successful play.
What an alert save by Irving Fryer. But here's Morgan getting to the outside and giving Lester a little boost with his hand. He gets back inside. Watch the fumble there. Lester says, hey, I could get it too. But what quick reactions from Irving Fryer.
From Morgan to Fryer, the 2 wide receivers very much involved in this one. Fryer doing an excellent job of scraping that one into his body. First down at the Raider 26. James to the 19. Boy, he must have terrific vision, James, away. And Marcus Allen the same. I guess that's true of all the terrific runners.
The eyes. They play such a key role in this game of football.
Oh, he was telling that to you a couple of days ago, wasn't he? Ball at the 19-yard line. 2nd down and 3. James again. And he's looking at the goal line. Finally dragged down at the 8-yard line. 11 more yards for James, and it's 1st and goal, New England.
Excellent sustained drive by the Patriots as they move the ball down the field. You see James with a little hesitation there, but once he turns it up, once he turns those shoulders square to the line, boy, he drives with real power.
71 yards for James, looking at a possible century mark himself. Has a touchdown, first and goal. Weathers. Was he stopped cold by Piquel? Bill Piquel. That's interesting that defensive line of the Raiders, all migrating from Eastern schools, Long from Villanova. Piquel played at Rutgers. Sean Jones at Northeastern and Boston.
You just don't somehow imagine this kind of dominant defensive player, the kind that they picked up coming from those schools. And it's interesting. I think in part it's because they came here and matured and began to use even more of their talents within the Raider organization.
Second and goal from the 7. Eason dumps it out to Weathers. Flag down, and Weathers is dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Steve Moore using his hands on Reggie McKenzie, trying to get a little extra hold on him, and that's going to negate a pretty good play that was going to get things back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 67, offense, second down.
You know, Steve Moore has done a super job for the Patriots. Darrell Haley, a highly regarded young tackle, out for the year with colitis, and Moore has stepped in aptly.
Just trying to do a little bit too much on that play. There you saw him pushing in the back on Reggie McKenzie, and you see the flag. He almost dropped that right on the spot, didn't they?
Although behind the line of scrimmage, it was outside that tight end ring, so that is an illegal block. Within the tight ends, that would have been okay. The reverse to Fryer. He's got a blocker. But look at the Raiders come to the ball, and Mike Davis was there to secure the tackle along with Stacy Turan, who made the initial hit.
Irving Fryer scored on a play just like this earlier in the year against the Seattle Seahawks, but the Raiders are not fooled anticipating this, and I'm sure that extra week of preparation helped them to get ready for exactly that kind of play. Fryer making a good jump over the top, but Stacy Turan didn't give him any room to move when he came down.
Boy, that play started. They had 3 blockers to 2 black shirts, but it didn't work out well for New England. Third and goal, 14-yard line. Eason. Fryer, incomplete. Sammy Seal, a former wide receiver, and is an extra defensive back. And here comes Tony Franklin. A 37 or 36-yard attempt by Franklin to tie. Plenty of leg, and it's even again. As Franklin, you can bet that Al Davis, Dick Steinberg, and the 2 teams here will be represented at that Hula Bowl, looking for talent for next year. Kick to Sammy Seal at the 5. No place to hide. Bubbles again, and New England, they have a touchdown. They do. It appeared to be Cedric Jones in the middle of that pile. As Sammy Seal, the 3rd fumble on special teams by the Raiders today, and this one the costliest of them all. And New England leads 26-20.
The pressure of the big game has forced some very unusual errors today. Sammy Seal just lets that ball go right through his arms, and then in his haste to pick it up, does not tuck it away. Just a little brush right there, but Mosi Tutupu knocking that ball out of his hands. Cedric Jones there. Who else was there? Hard to tell. A stack of Patriots on top of that football in the end zone.
It wasn't Jones, but we'll get confirmation as to who will be credited with a touchdown. Franklin has the extra point. And in just a matter of seconds, the Patriots score 10 points to take the lead. He's from Cadillac, Michigan. Jim Bowman, and he just made a top-of-the-line play, recovering the ball in the end zone for the touchdown, and he's one of the lead men down under kickoff. That one goes in the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Raiders start at the 20-yard line. This is early in the game. The first scoring play was, well, no, this is Seal having trouble with the ball. He'll fumble it a second time when Mosi Tutupu comes in to strip it away, number 30.
There's the shot, and there's the stripping action right on that football. Bowman is right there, crawling and diving on that football. Earlier in the game, similar play. Fulton Walker heading upfield is hit right here, and as he's trying to get his balance, again, the ball stripped away. Ed Reynolds on that play, the man knocking it out of there.
And Bowman recovered that one as well. That led to a field goal. Todd Christensen fumbles, but it goes out of bounds. Raiders maintain possession at the 34, a 14-yard gain. Number 2 draft pick out of Central Michigan, Jim Bowman. It wasn't easy to get there. That's his first National Football League touchdown. Tough to stop those fighting Chippewas. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. Marcus Allen making things happen. Boy, it appears there's just nowhere to go, and he always finds a little crack, and he's out to the 44-yard line, close to another 10 yards. He has 119 yards today.
You've got to believe that one of the things that these New England Patriots are thinking about is containment. You simply can't afford to let Marcus get out of there. That means not only on the side that the ball is going to, but on the backside as well. He's dangerous, and he was looking to come back on that last play.
Raiders are not anxious to get another play off. They'll just let the clock run out here in the third quarter. 5 seconds showing. At the end of 3, it's the New England Patriots, the underdogs, 27-20. Back after these words from your local station. Al Davis, part of the hierarchy since 1963, and during that period of time, the Raiders the winningest team in pro football. Los Angeles starts the fourth quarter at its own 44. And they start with Marcus Allen getting drilled. No gain. Garen Veras, a rookie from Stanford, number 60.
Dick, just to follow up on Al Davis as you saw him upstairs, one of the things you heard as a constant theme through the pregame from the players was that it's expectations, what is expected, and that starts at the top. And I'll tell you, it was interesting to me that when Mike Haynes came here, they won a big game, and he went in the locker room expecting everybody to celebrate. And he said it was total quiet in there. They said, we'll celebrate after the Super Bowl.
Wilson on 2nd and 9. Complete to Dokie Williams. First down at the Patriot 42.
The other big advantage to having a football man at the helm is the fact that he forces everyone in the organization to think football. He happens to be the best judge of talent in the organization, and also as a former coach knows what's going on the field, knows what should be done down there, and the players respect that extra pair of eyes.
There's a toughness about him that they respect as well. Kenny King has replaced Marcus Allen for a play, and he gets the call, little yardage. And that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Make that Frank Hawkins who carried as they do a little equipment repair on Marcus Allen, who has 121 yards in this game.
Looks like Marcus has broken the shoelace that holds those pads together in there. They were quickly tying it up again for him. He says he sustained himself pretty well through the season. Is not nearly as tired as he was in that second season. And he felt like it lasted forever.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Incomplete to Todd Christensen, and Ronnie Lepet was very close to picking off his third of this game.
I think the reason that Christensen dropped that football is that he saw Lepet flash by going the other way, and his hands were so close to the football it was hard to see. Let's see if this angle will give us a look at it. To the outside, left side of your screen, there's Lepet going by, and I think that took Todd's eyes off of that football momentarily.
Third wide receiver goes in for the Raiders. Tim Moffitt, a rookie from Mississippi. 3rd and 9. Marcus Allen is back in. Trailing 27-20 early in the fourth quarter. Wilson needs a big one. He's in trouble. Incomplete as Marcus Allen was well covered by Johnny Rembert.
Marcus saying he was interfered with on that play. There was some confusion. It looked like Mark Wilson expected Dokie Williams to come in motion on that play. Lifted his heel and looked to the outside. No one came. The Raiders, of course, keep Marcus in the game, as they do Todd Christensen, because these are two of the finest possession receivers in all of football. There's Marcus going back to talk to the official.
Allen has only one catch today. That was for just 4 yards. Ray Guy to punt. His second of the day. Kicked him on earlier for 33 yards. This one will be a good kick. They're going to mark it inside the 10 at the 6-yard line.
Ray Guy may have had his finest day of kicking back in New England against these Patriots, and there's a good case for this man having his best year ever this year.
Today's game is brought to you by John Hancock Financial Services, meeting today's needs with a range of financial products. By Renault Jeep, where commitment to quality and innovation form a winning team. And by Light Beer from Miller, everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. And some hot dogs to go with that beer here at the Coliseum. The crowd, the wave is on. Starting deep in its own end, the Patriots get about 4 yards out of Craig James. Bill Pickel and company in the tackle. It's 27-20 New England. The Patriots got a fumble from Marcus Allen deep in New England territory. Drove for a field goal to tie the game, and the ensuing kickoff, a fumble by Sammy Seal, wound up in the end zone, recovered by New England's Jim Bowman to give them the lead. James again stopped at the 13-yard line. James with just under 80 yards on the afternoon. Pickel and Millen in on the tackle. Mark Wilson, knowing that there's no room for more mistakes as we're now in the final period. 12 minutes remain. Boy, that gaunt look of pressure on the face of Wilson. Third and 2. Going to be very close to a first down. James' third straight carry.
I think they shut him down, Dick. It's all in where they mark this play, but it looks like it's going to be marked between the yard marks, and well, that's going to be awfully close. We'll let them measure it.
There you see the yardsticks.
There's the surge down in the trenches. Boy, you better believe it. Number 54, Reggie McKenzie. 55, Matt Millen. 71, Pickel. All sticking those hats in there tight. And this is going to be a very close measurement.
They made it.
And after that emotional response from this crowd and a very emotional response from the defense, there's some deflation in that kind of a measurement and that kind of success for the offense.
In terms of noise at the Coliseum, and Merlin as a player has already told you that this is not the noisiest of stadia until you get down at the other end of the stadium, the closed end, then the fans can really impact the play. James back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Right around his legs, Matt Millen and Brad Van Pelt.
Penetration on that play, too, from Howie Long, 75. Just scrambling in there and breaking up the timing on the play. Well, you look over at the greater side of the field.
That's Rusty Hilger, number 12. Meanwhile, the defense focusing on Craig James. He's carried 4 straight times. Tony Collins tripped up after a gain of 2. Jeff Barnes, number 56 from the University of California, made the hit.
Barnes usually plays in those long yardage situations and responsible for being a part of a number of the special pass defenses that the Raiders employ. The Raiders, one of the teams that really pioneered substitution situation. They use a lot of folks out there on the field.
3rd and 8. Collins short of the first down. Rod Morton and Reggie McKenzie, and the punting team is on for New England, and the fans cheer the Raider defense.
Remember, at this Raider punt return unit, blocked a kick, blocked a punt earlier for a touchdown, and almost blocked the second one of Camarillo's punts. No matter what happens here, they're going to have good field position as long as they hang on to the football. We better add that.
Colton Walker has fumbled twice. He's back at the Raider 35. 10 men on the line of scrimmage.
Good kick.
Walker back to his 28. 35. And wrapped up at the 36-yard line. Mosi Tutupu makes still another tackle. He's had an outstanding day on special teams. We have a timeout. I marked that one down. The 19th for the figure skaters, the greatest in the world. Rich Camarillo, a 50-yard punt. He was a big Rams fan. He grew up here in Southern California. He said, "Who was your idol?" Merlin Olsen. He said, "What position did he play?" No, he liked Jack Snow, your former teammate, number 84, who had some big games on this Coliseum turf. Wilson in the flat to Allen. Oh, he must have eyes in the back of his head. He's to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2, but it could have been worse than that.
The thing that is so dangerous when he touches the ball and you see him dipping and diving and turning and twisting, and if he can't see an opening, he is fast enough to take it.
You were talking about how the Patriots have designed their defense to keep a man always on the opposite side. There was only one man left there. He could have reversed his field, but somebody stayed at home, or he might have broken that for a long one.
Containment, such an important thing. We'll try and get a shot of it.
Hawkins from a wing in motion. Fake to Allen. Throw to Christensen. And it's complete down to the 42-yard line. Doki Williams to Christensen. It looked like it was being batted around like a ping pong.
One of the things that happens with this Raider offense, Todd Christensen sometimes will get out of his ordinary pattern and get into an area where he shouldn't be. I think that's what happens here. He thinks this ball is to him. He jumps for it and taps it. It hits off Doki's chest and comes right to Todd, who picks it up on the go. I don't think that's a play, but it sure worked for him.
Look at that, right off his hands to Christensen, who knew where it was going to go all along. To the 42-yard line with 7.5 minutes left. The Raiders trail by a touchdown. It's intercepted. Fred Marion on his way to the 44-yard line off the hands of Christensen, who couldn't make the miracle reception on that one.
Off the hands of Marcus, I believe, in that case, Dick, but the same kind of thing, and Mark Wilson is going to be credited with an interception there. That's the kind that shouldn't go in his column. Nevertheless, it's a great play for Marion. And Marion, a man that I feel should have been in the Pro Bowl, I'm not the only one who feels that, made so many big plays on the year. That ball touched by Marcus, knocked back, but every very quick ball reactions by Marion to grab that football.
I've got to put that one in Wilson's column, though. That was not a very good throw.
Was thrown behind Marcus.
It's a third interception, and the Patriots leading 27-20. Good field position. Robert Weathers has about 5 to midfield. Marion, going back to his interception, he led the Patriots during the regular year and with 7 interceptions and 189 yards in interception returns to lead the NFL, but did not make the Pro Bowl.
Let's go back and look at that interception one more time. Ball thrown right there Marcus trying to get his hands out there to get a piece of it. All he did was hang it up just a moment for Fred Marion, number 31.
27-20, New England trying to pull the upset. All the favorites have won this round of the playoffs, and in fact the previous as well. Cleveland Browns close to an upset at Miami yesterday, but the Dolphins rallied from 21-3 down to win. And now time running out on the Raiders, who can ill afford to get New England down close enough for a field goal that would give them a 10-point advantage.
Saying a big hello to his mom and dad. Boy, he earned a chance to do that with his play during this season, and that big play puts his team down in Raider territory.
3rd and short. Weathers has the first down at the 44. McKenzie with another tackle for Los Angeles. Piquel an assist.
Flashback, if you will, to yesterday and the great comeback by the Miami Dolphins. This Raider team, a similar kind of football team. How many times have we seen them come back in the fourth quarter?
They trail by 7 at the moment with 5.5 minutes left. But a 10-point lead with time running out, and the fact that the Raiders have spent 2 timeouts, they have only 1 remaining, could make it most difficult for them. Weathers, maybe a yard. Stacey Turan with the tackle.
Excellent anticipation by the Raider defense. They had 53 Rod Martin coming wide open on that play. Bob Seaman over there making the calls. Good job there.
You see the official timeouts remaining, only 1 for the Raiders. Mark Wilson in the same series had to spend 2 when he either didn't like the setup for the play call or was running out of time on the 30-second clock. Weathers and James behind Eason, 2nd and 9. Weathers suddenly busy man, and Piquel makes the play. Bill Piquel from Rutgers. Dad is a New York area policeman, went to high school in Brooklyn. He himself a criminology major. He solved that one readily.
You've got to like Big Bill Piquel, the great transition he made. That's a tough position to learn to play, and especially for a man who's as tall as Piquel. Piquel at about 6'5" gives away some leverage. Has really done a good job on the nose.
Patriots staying on the ground, but now they face 3rd and a dozen. Eason from the shotgun hands it off to James with running room. And that play works again. That's the same call they used for a touchdown in the first half. And James gets 14 on 3rd and 12. First down, New England. And they are now in Franklin's range.
New England continues to run effectively out of that spread or shotgun formation from the right side of your screen there. That's almost a draw play. And with everyone coming aggressively on the pass rush, James able to spot some openings there and get himself upfield.
James now just a handful of yards away from 100. He has 97. Motion to Tupu. Nothing there. Jeff Barnes with a hit. Turan with a piece of it. Clock running. 3:04, 3:03. And we are now at 3 minutes remaining. So another first down would be a killer for the Los Angeles Raiders, because there's only the 2-minute timeout and one other left for the Raiders.
Looking across, you just almost sense the energy. What an upset this would be for these New England Patriots.
Yeah, they were 9 out of their last 11, and their 2 losses were only by field goals. Tony Collins on the carry, and a flag is down. That'll stop the clock and will aid the Raiders in that regard.
And if that's a holding penalty, that might take Franklin out of field goal range, Dick.
There's Franklin, who has kicked from 44 and 32 yards, 2 for 2 today. Had 4 last week against the Jets to tie an NFL playoff record.
Holding number 30, offense, 2nd down.
Tupu guilty of the hold.